Hi everyone, this is Gadget Guru. Me and some friends got together and we decided that we were gonna try and predict the next format. Um, the top deck, the second deck, the you know tier 1.5, tier 2, stuff like that. So we got together, we weighed all the decks out, we bound, we saw what they can do. I'm gonna say, and this was a general agreement between about 8 players. So I'm gonna let you know what we came up with and tell you why. We're going to call the number one deck of the format windups. Simply because turn one, they have a undeniable, amazing gameplay loop that can just auto win a game. I mean, that's just the whole reason. Like, that ability to do Hunter, first turn, discard your opponent's entire hand, it's too good. It's just too good. Um, does that mean they're going to win every show and jump? No, that's not what that means. Or every YCS, whatever. That's not what that means. What that means is they have the overall explosive form power in this format, and that we think they're the number one deck. Honestly, they will have more wins than any other deck consistently. Um, just because they've got so many options, they got so many plays. The loop is only one of them. Then they've got the rabbit abuse and everything else, and it's pretty ridiculous. So we're calling that the number one deck. And said the three solid points we got behind this are: one, the deck is undeniably amazing with the loop. The loop is just too good. I mean, even if you argue, well, I drew Max C or this or this. Okay, you drew that one game. Okay, go to the next game. Oh, they loop you. Okay, go to the next game. Hope you draw Max C again. I mean, it's just even if you have even if you say, well, I drew this, it doesn't matter. Like, you have 3 games to play. Unless you draw that card all 3 games, it's really not going to matter. And then not only that, but if you have to put in 3 Valor and 3 Max C into your main deck, that's gonna be dead versus a lot of other decks like um anti-meta and other decks that don't use a lot of special summoning. So I mean that's gonna hurt you either way. Um, so I mean their loop is just the number one reason. The number two reason is the playability. They can go into any Exceed monster they freaking feel like. I mean any 3 star, any 4 star. They just if they want it, they got it. That's pretty much how it is. Shark is manipulative as hell. The deck's special summon power is ridiculous. It is redonkulous. It is retarded. Um, and so their playability and any exceed they want in the entire game is going to make them really good. Number three reason is they're just consistent. The deck is amazingly consistent. No matter what you open with, it's a good hand. Like, that's another thing that scares me. When you see other decks play, Rabbit can open bad, Lightsworn can open bad, Inzectors can open bad. Every time I see a wind-up player play, he draws his hand. He's like, fuck yeah, man, let's do this. It's like, oh my goodness. It's just, all their cards work. It's just, it's scary. Um, so their consistency is going to make them amazing. So they're the number one deck out of our opinion, just because of those 3 factors. Number two, without a doubt, with a solid 100% yes behind it by all of us. I know you're thinking Dino Rabbit or Inzector, but that's actually not what we came up with. We came up with Lightsworn. Now, a lot of people don't expect this deck to come back very hard. Lightsworn we gave the most props to because it's so ridiculous. All they need is JD and they win. That's it. That's all there is to it. JD, 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 JD. And they recycle them. That's all they do. Search, recycle, search, recycle, search, recycle. Triple reincarnation, gold moon coin, triple beckoning, whatever they run. They just recycle JD. That's all they do to win. And then you gotta deal with like Plague Spreader and Necros and other annoying stuff that comes from the graveyard and hits you in the face. And they can run Maxis, Valors, DD Crows, BLS, all this other splash stuff for nothing. It doesn't even hurt them. There's like, yay. I mean, I've seen so many times people go beckoning for like double JD and a BLS, and their opponent's just like, yeah, GG. I mean, it's honestly ridiculous. It really is. And they can run the Maxis, they can run all that crap. So we gave them number two for a couple different reasons. One, JD. He is just a boss monster. I mean, he's so easy to bring out with double Lumina. I mean, like I've literally seen people playing him on turn two, like just slapping a JD on the board and saying "eat a dick." I mean, under a trap stun, no less. It's the deck is really good right now. Um, and so we'll have to see how it does in this next format. But what we were doing is we did some play testing with the decks. We did some calculating of their matchup versus another deck. And they're also another deck that a lot of people aren't going to have hate for. A lot of people are not side decking Lightsworn hate. So when you play them, they might have, you know, a DD Crow or something to hurt you, but it won't be a lot. I mean, the most they'll ever do is like Valor you or try and max C you, and that really doesn't hurt you in Lightsworn. You're like, okay, drop your max C. I don't care. What? I'm gonna special summon one time my JD. Okay, go for it. JD. Oh, you saw him warning. You didn't even get the draw. Okay, and then I drop another one. Oh, you get one draw and then I blow up your field. Okay, that's cool. It just doesn't make any sense. Like all the common anti cards for other decks don't work against them, so it's a really good deck. So number one, the JD play. He's too big. He's too abusive. He's too much of a boss monster. I mean, 3,000 beater that blows up everything. Like good God. And even if you drop a Gorz, he just nukes again, and your Gorz goes away. I mean, so he stops all the common answers. Two, um, they're fast. I mean, they can luck sack you so hard you don't even know what hit you. I mean, they're almost as bad as Inzectors because they're just like mill this, draw this, mill this, summon this, and then your entire field's gone and they're swinging for 6,000 to your face and you're just like, what is going on? Stop it! Leave my field alone, you luck sacking piece of crap. So their luck sack ability is off the charts. I mean, like there's times that I've seen hands that would just, I mean, you just want to cry at. You're like, oh my goodness, did I just draw this? Like in playtesting, I was playing my friend, and I literally opened Charge Light Brigade, Lumina, Solar, JD, Heavy. I'm like, Charge Light Brigade, Mill 3. I hit double Wolf. I'm like, oh my goodness. Get the double Wolf. Turn 1, he set a monster in set 2. So I get the double Wolf. I'm like, okay. I search Garoth. I'm like, activate Soul Recharge. Pitch Garoth. Draw 2. Mill 2. I milled a Necro and I think a JD or something. I'm like, okay. And I drew Lila and Raikou. So I'm like, activate Solar Recharge. Discard the Raikou. Draw 2. I drew Celestia and MST. And I milled, like, Arceus is something else. And I'm like, what the? I'm like, sack Wolf, Celestia. He's like, bottomless. I'm like, okay. So, uh, I lost the Celestia. I milled 4. I hit a bunch of stupid crap, and it was ridiculous. I hit a bunch of stupid crap, and I'm just like, okay, you have no field because I targeted his monster and his other back row. Um, I targeted not the bottomless. That was the funny part. That's what made him mad. Was I didn't target bottomless. The one card he had to respond, I didn't target. But anyways, like I said, the luck sacking ability. So I did that, and then by the next turn, I don't even remember my hand. It was something stupid. It was like a Lila, Lumina, MST, Heavy, JD, and I think I topped into like a Beckoning Light or something. It was just, oh, it was horrible. It was just horrible. So the luck sack ability of that deck is off the charts. The third reason we gave it number 2 is honestly, it can answer to anything. Like it doesn't matter what deck you verse against. Like even windups. If windups loop you first turn, okay, top deck JD, or top deck reincarnation, okay, I'll wait a turn. Like it has the ability to come back from almost anything. It's just its entire win condition revolves around the graveyard. So as long as I have a graveyard, I have a chance at winning. That's the important thing about that deck. So even if I get looped, it doesn't matter. I'll just come back from it. And we also have been testing Scirocco and Vayus in the build. Oh, those cards are stupid. Those cards are redonkulous. That's just Scirocco Vayu is just dumb. It's just dumb. There's no other way to explain it. Um, so we gave that number 2. Now a lot of people will argue with that, but that's just what we came up with after weighing everything. Number 3, Dino Rabbits. Dino Rabbits are that deck is sick. I mean, if it doesn't bad draw on you, if it draws good, man, your game is gonna be hell even if you beat it. They're gonna make your life a living hell. They really are. Logias, Dulkas, tour guides, warnings, bottomlesses, compulsories, D-prisons. It doesn't matter. They're just gonna make your life a living hell. The deck is so solid and so good. I mean, it just has the answers. Why we named it number 3? Dolka. Dolka is amazing this format. He just stops everything. He stops windups, he stops Inzectors, he stops Lightsworns, he stops everything. Like Dolka is just like negate, 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 negate. I negate your face. That's all Dolka is. So Dolka is amazing. 2, Logia is amazing. Logia is just like he can stop any card he wants. First turn Dolga, second turn Logia. I can stop any effect in any other card you play that I want to stop. And you combine that with Starlight Roads and like Solemn Warnings and bull crap like that, and it's a hellacious day. Um, and then lastly, why we gave it that is why I got number 3. The last reason I got number 3 is because it's consistent. Like it just is. I mean, like the tour guide and the gold sark for like a rabbit is ridiculous. I mean, drawing the rabbit just as a free exceed monster that negates everything. I mean, there's so many ways you can draw and play it that it becomes amazing. It's just too good to ignore. So it's number three easily, without a doubt. Number four, there was actually a lot of debate about this. It was kind of a tie between Inzectors, like a Monster Mash, like Plant, but they had to change it because no longer plants. It's like just like a bunch of monsters and it synchros like crazy now. So Monster Mash and um the what do you call it? Gravekeepers, because all three of them have really strong matchups. I mean, they really do. They're all really good decks. It it came down. It really did. It came down to what the deck could play against more efficiently. And honestly, number four, I know a lot of you are gonna be mad about this, but number four went to Gravekeepers. The deck has so many answers. I mean, the Necro Valley is just an amazing answer. You play the Necro Valley, your opponent really doesn't do much. Your opponent's like, what the hell? What is this? I can't access my graveyard. I can't remove cards. I can't. What is going on? So Necro Valley is an amazing card. The Royal Tribute to boot can win you games. I mean, you go up against a Wind Up or a Rescue Rabbit or whatever. You're just like, boom, Necro Valley, boom, Royal Tribute, and your opponent goes, boom. I mean, that's all they can really do. Um, so that's a really powerful play first turn. I mean, that's an explosive play, can win you games. The next reason, they can splash all the anti-meta they want and it doesn't hurt them. They can literally take the entire lineup of a gadget deck, throw it into their deck, and be like, hey, what's up? I have really big beat stick monsters and lots of freaking back row. What are you gonna do about it? So I mean, just their overall their playability, their explosiveness, their splashability, it's just too good. It really is. So we had to put them in there. I mean, they had to be number four. In our opinion, they are number four without a doubt. So those are the top three reasons are the explosiveness, the control, and just the playability. I mean, the playability of those cards is amazing. Number five, I'm only going up to number five because that's what we agreed on the top five. Number five is Inzectors. Inzectors are good. They're just too easy to hate on. I mean, Trap Holes and Book of Moon and freaking Veiler, and it destroys the deck. I mean, that's the only problem. Number one reason they're number five is because their loop is good. Like their loop is good. It's just like destroy a card, I get two free monsters, Zen mains. I mean, that's just good. Or like they could go to Levier, Leviathan, whatever they really want to, but usually it's like a Zen mains. So their loop is really good. Number two reason, they are pretty consistent. I mean, they really are. I mean, they draw fairly easily, and you've got cards like Armageddonite, Foolish Burial, etc. to make sure the hunter, the Hornet, not the hunter, sorry, the Hornet is in your graveyard for your loop, and that's all you really need. I mean, that's about it. And number three, they're a very, 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 very autopilot deck. I mean, it's a splash stick deck. I mean, you just here are the cards, put them together, shuffle, I win. I mean, that's really what the deck is. It's very autopilot. It's splash stick. Um, so I mean, it's just Inzectors are number five easily. I mean, they just have so many good cards and so many good matchups that you can't ignore them. You really can't. Um, so those are the top five. Um, the 1 point, tier one, tier 1.5, stuff like that. We haven't really decided on. Obviously, the top five decks are going to be tier one. Tier two, we'll have to see. 1.5, tier two, etc., etc. We'll have to see. But we just want to give the five top decks in our opinions. Give you the reasons why, and let's see what you guys think. I said if you have any questions about why we went with this deck over this deck or whatever, go ahead and ask me. I wrote it all down in our discussion. So, and next time I'm going to try and record the discussion. The problem with recording the discussion is trying to record a room. Like, it just doesn't work. Because, like, when we were talking, we were trying to do a video, and we had to literally pretty much yell in order for you to hear us because of my, the microphone on my laptop. So, I mean, I don't know. I'll try and figure that one out. But, next discussion we have, I'll try and record it for you guys. And till then, get your groove out.